Hello and welcome back. So I trust that you're gonna find this like whenever you're meant to find it, like in the most perfect time. And yeah, for this video, for this reading, I'm hearing to clean house because it's coming. So I don't know if you've recently like done something or have been like kind of in that low-hanging vibe, but something is coming and I feel like you're kind of on the way out of that. Potentially job, potential like it feels connected to like your entrepreneurship less than it is connected to like, working for another person and like making their dream, successful. So something's coming, clean house. And maybe that is specifically for you, like cleaning, like physically cleaning your space to make room for whatever is coming. Sometimes it's like clearing out. It's such a theme too of what came forward in the clips too. It's like cleaning out like that old energy to make room for new energy. And sometimes that is like physically cleaning out your space, getting rid of old clothes, getting rid of things in your house that you like do not use. And I just saw 111 on the clock as well. New beginning. So yeah, we're gonna get into it. Yeah, if this resonates too, please consider liking and subscribing. It will help the channel grow, and I feel like it will also just help the messages get to the people who they're meant for. So yeah, we'll see what we've got going on. What is coming? What is this that you're cleaning house for? White tiger. Penny was in such like we were just kind of like kicking it at the house today, kind of moving through our own process just like you guys are too. And yeah, so I felt that I was supposed to like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make a reading for today. It was probably about 12 o'clock, but like it's like what, 6:30 ish now, which is when I'm like officially doing this. Yeah, just kind of doing my own thing. And right before I sat down for this, Penny just got like a huge burst of energy. And so yeah, essentially I was just playing with her, which felt connected to this. It's like new energy is coming and it feels a lot different to what you've been experiencing. This white tiger though, it just gives fierceness. Tiger and frog. We'll start with that. On the bottom of the deck we have peacock, so maybe this kind of gives me the sign too. It's like you might have been feeling like not your unique self as of late, but I think that's coming right back to you. It's coming right back. And again, I'll just read these like straight out of the book for you so you can just dissect and receive what feels right to you. Lunar force, ease in darkness and feminine energy. This is definitely connected to the lunar eclipse. So the tiger hunts at night, at one with the silence, fearing nothing. This card reminds us to take in the wild darkness and to allow the lunar forces to soothe and heal our spirits. Sensuality, receptivity, and devotion are all heightened in the midnight hour, and the tiger takes advantage of these boons. Spend some time in silence this evening, drinking in the potent calm. There is nothing to fear in the stillness except the awakening of your own power. Whoo! It's coming. Something is coming. New energy. When in balance, you're passionate, strong, and sensual. And when this energy is a bit distorted, you might feel overstimulated. And so to bring into balance, they're suggesting candle gazing. I love candle gazing, and I haven't done this in quite a while. And if you don't know what that is, it is essentially literally just lighting a candle in a dark room, placing it a few feet in front of you. I've heard people, they sometimes like to have it like literally across the room, and not fully shutting your eyes all the way, but closing them just so it's like your eyelashes are creating like kind of like shades, if you will, and just gaze at the candle. And from experience, at least for me, it like really balances my mind and helps also like burn away some thoughts that like are just really sticky and are not healthy. frog. Let me know if you'll try that, or just try it and hopefully it helps. Frog, frog, frog. Clearing, cleansing, and healing. I feel like this is what you've been doing. Maybe you still are. The frog and the water element are almost inseparable. The frog spends its first months of life entirely within this healing element, and then emerges to rest on land. But no matter how earthly the frog becomes, its need for cleansing and rejuvenation is regular. Frogs tend to become overworked and undernourished, so it's vital that such sensitive creatures practice self-care. This card serves as a reminder that water helps us cleanse, forgive, and release. Time to dive in. Frogs aren't meant to carry a heavy load. So maybe a trip to a river or like a lake. Because when in balance, you have very clear energy, a lot of enthusiasm for life. But when it's distorted, it's like the opposite of that. You feel very depleted and like you're running on empty. That's what you're moving out of. It doesn't. New energy really is coming. This is not going to be a reading where it's like, okay, you need to do this. You should do this or that to like shift it. This is like, no, you've been in this and this is what's coming. I hope this is making sense. So yeah, to bring into balance, if you feel like you really like are called to do this, definitely take a trip to some water. I also love how both cards are like calling upon one of the elements, the tiger with fire and the frog with water. So yeah, just beautiful to know. Where are we feeling called to start beyond the Animal Spirit Guidebook? Tarot. It just feels right. I'm curious to know, like, and ask what is coming. Like, is it new energy? Is it like, let's see if we can get more specific about like the energy of what's incoming. Because it's been made clear, like what's leaving, right? And your soul already probably can pick up on like what it is that is coming. So maybe you don't need to know exactly, but we'll see what appears. I feel like too, this is an opportunity. Wow, that card's stuck. I don't know. I just see a lot of people right now like expecting and thinking that like, oh gosh, like it's eclipse season, the most magical things are gonna happen. And I feel like in many ways, like the magic is always happening. Just sometimes it's not like these big, huge events and big, huge things that are like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna gain 10,000 followers in, like 2 weeks. Like it doesn't feel like that at all. It's more like about the dedication that you have to your work, to your soul. That is the magic. So first card, we had Two of Wands that was really, really sticky in the deck, and it sits sideways. I'll pull another card before I share anything. But yeah, that hot and cold thinking, it's not necessary, and sometimes we're in certain energies where it's like, it's almost like you can't help but like have this consciousness present. And I feel like that's a part of what is wanting to leave. Might be a little bit trickier to like, fully resolve that, but like, yeah. So we have Two of Wands sideways, Three of Wands reversed. Stick with your creative endeavors and with your passions. I feel like that's also connected to like what's incoming for you. It's like, I think you're seeing your own work in a different way over this next period of time. And that is what's kind of like lighting this fire under you in a healthy way, to go after like more of what's calling you, which might be like more like sharing yourself to other people, like sharing more of like your authentic self, like who you really, really are. On the bottom, we have Seven of Wands in the Tower, and then the Sun behind the Tower. So it definitely gives like, it speaks on your drive, and how even though with that, there might be some things like some upheaval, some change that comes from, certain actions and certain things that come from your drive. But like, again, behind the Tower is the Sun. So it's like, all will be okay. You'll be able to reflect on, you know, that tower moment, however it appears for you. I also think too, like, people like attach fear to the tower, and I do not see it that way. Um, you know, sometimes it can create some uncomfortable feelings and situations, but like, not all the time when the tower appears is it going to mean like, oh shit, here we go. Like, sometimes it's a little bit easier than people like think it is. And so because they think it's like a lot crazier than it really is, they like create a reality where it's crazier than it really is. So once again, just kind of complicated to say, but it's been a theme for the past few readings of like the mind creating instances in your life where it's like, okay, but is it really that bad, or is my mind like creating a reality where it's like worse than it really is? Four of Pentacles reversed. Four of Cups. I want to spin it sideways. 4-4. So some of this also might be stuff that like you're holding on to. Like you feel comfortable where you're at. You feel like pretty good there, but like, yeah, I just get like it's a comfort zone. Like it's safe waters. It's almost like your own comfort zone that you've grown attached to. Take it how it resonates, of course, but that's how I see, that's how I'm feeling it. So maybe what's coming too is you're going to be getting more comfortable getting outside of your comfort zone. That makes perfect sense. Especially with the tiger and the frog, with, you know, like divine darkness and like not running from your shadow, which has also been a theme. This is beautiful. The cards don't look like they're beautiful on like the surface, but it's a beautiful spread. It's a beautiful energy that's growing. And then there's that Seven of Wands. So again, like the perseverance, the drive that you have, like it's really necessary to harness more of that. And then also too, like not attached to the outcomes and the results of what, you know, your drive. Like sharing your authentic self, because it's medicine for you, for other people, and it does not matter who sees it, how many people see it, how many people are liking it. Like what matters is that your medicine is not only getting out, but that like you're growing from it. I like to tell people this too. I've said this for probably 4 years now. Sharing myself online, just what's coming up for me, has been one of the biggest like tools that has made me grow even more. If I were to like play a video back from something that I made in 2020, which this came up like a few months ago, I couldn't even watch it. Like I was like, holy moly, and just like the amount of growth that I saw within myself. So maybe you're seeing that growth in a similar way, or maybe you're experiencing it. It's just like, shit, like I'm not who I was, and I want to be here, but it's like, okay, in order to be here, there's some things that I gotta get off and get out. It's like, it's almost like you have to be a different person to be this person you want to be, but it's you at the same time. And I feel like it's connected back to just like really you sharing yourself more authentically. I feel like you yourself as a soul are very authentic, but like social media platforms, which is a huge tool to help us connect with one another and to help each other grow. I feel like maybe if you reflect on your pages, does your authenticity that you feel within your soul reflect in what's coming out? If yes, awesome. But if no, maybe this is also an opportunity to, in the coming weeks, months, redirect how you're showing up online in a little bit more of an authentic place. And that sounds critical, but it's not critical. There have been so many times where it's like, I think I'm being so authentic with myself, and in many ways I am. But after I'll share something, I'll reflect on it a week later, and I'm like, damn, but that's not exactly fully how I felt. Like I kind of felt this way, and I could have shared this. So yeah, I feel like there's something that's coming through with you putting yourself out there more. And not like changing what you're saying, but like literally just coming back to like the authentic piece. Just like you're actually letting people see you, hear you for who you really are, rather than kind of like painting this image of how you want them to see you and perceive you. Like you're really putting it out there. King of Pentacles reversed. I feel like this is the energy that's might have been making you feel like you've been super authentic, but it's there might be something that's like an energy within inside of you that can shift out, that will just make sharing easier. Because again, it's like you yourself are already very authentic. It's just almost like sometimes when you get up in front of that screen to like type or share, it's like what you wanted to share and what you wanted to come out doesn't really come out the way you wanted it to. Maybe not, but like that's just, it's just a very like talky reading, and I feel like that's what you need. Yeah, 10 of Wands, ending. I feel like this is what's ending. And I feel like there's an energy that's connected to the reverse King of Pentacles that had been kind of influencing you to like, influencing some consciousness in you that has been kind of blocking your authenticity from coming out, or more of it. Because again, I feel like I need to keep reminding you of this, like your soul already as is very authentic. Just, I feel like there's something about like social media platforms and your audience, like I don't want to say like being blocked from like seeing and feeling your authenticity, but like there's something there. Queen of Swords upright, cutting through the bullshit. And yeah, I also feel this is then after that energy gets cleared out, it's like you do speak your truth, and it's beautiful. It's like you have direction and your words are concise, specific. All right, I'll do a couple more tarot and then we'll hop over to a different deck. And some of this too takes practice, like just letting yourself kind of, maybe in some ways too, you've been attaching to a little bit of perfection, like wanting yourself to like be perfect. Just saw 1717 on the clock too. If that resonates, I challenge you to like, you know, over the next couple weeks, share on social media. And then a week later, share again. And, you know, go through this process of like, I don't want to call it trial and error, but like practice makes perfect. And the perfect thing, we can kind of detach from the word perfect, but it's like practice. I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. Like you're getting yourself out there. Maybe there's like some fear, thinking like, okay, but am I ready to like share what I want to share? And I feel like you can only answer that. I cannot answer that for you. Maybe too, it's a little bit of like fear. The Two of Swords reverse gives me like fear of like what other people are thinking, or like the remarks that they're thinking but won't say to you. Fear of, you know, no one liking your content. But again, it's trial and error. Ace of Cups. I think what you're going to receive the most from it is you feeling fulfilled from doing it. First and foremost, you know, sure, like you're probably going to get the likes and you will see support, but like what's going to first start is like this flourishing within you. And it not coming from like pulling up social media and being like, oh my gosh, I have 40 likes. But you feeling this Ace of Cups from within yourself, from sharing something that's just like, dang, that felt good to share. That felt good. That felt good. Last message for you. And then just intuitively too. So if this does resonate with you, take a look too at your energetic boundaries that you have with social media. I feel like some of that can also be cleaned up and strengthened so that you don't feel, and this is kind of for future, but so you don't feel as depleted in certain scenarios where it's like, oh, I shared this and this was like such this fragile part of my heart and like no one's looking at it. So maybe we can talk about that in a future video, but like, yeah, energetic boundaries, not just with people, but with the platform, like with the social media platforms separately too. The polarity of your human body is a handshake to the polarity of the earth. If you are perfectly balanced with the earth and the polarities are in alignment, you will not let disease in. I struggled with this card for a while, but like to me, it actually does resonate as fact and as truth. But for a while, I was like, if I'm balanced with the earth and my polarities are in alignment, I can still get sick, I can still create disease, but like, no, it's saying if you're perfectly balanced with the earth and the polarities within you are in alignment, you will not let disease in. And that's fact, that is statement, that is true. Second card, these are your times bought and paid for with thousands of years of incarnations and work by yourselves. Claim this time. You are empowered to do so. This is why you are dearly loved. So you have new energy coming. I feel like it's a new timeline that's like here and you're like acclimating yourself to it. And you're being encouraged. That's like your desires, your goals, your ambitions, where you feel like you are meant to serve the planet and to serve people around you. It's not random. You've been working through this for a while. Maybe not in every lifetime you're this, teacher or healer or a guide for other people, but the lessons within a lot of these lifetimes were preparing you for that. And sure, like if you look into other past lives too, I bet you really could find and will find and can find those lifetimes where it's like, yeah, I was this healer and I was supporting the earth in this way. But this feels more like a soul. It's like, no, this soul is like, I've been planning to do this for a long time, but I've had lifetimes to live in between then to really prepare myself, to be properly prepared for what I'm doing in this lifetime. Maybe that's what you're thinking too, or how your experience has been. But yeah, something is coming, something new is coming, and it's nothing crazy where it's like, oh my gosh, like blah, 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 you're gonna win the lottery. It's not like that. This newness is coming from within you, and it's gonna create a deeper sense of fulfillment within your work, with how you're showing up online. And I feel like that is going to then trickle out and over to other people who are seeing you and receiving your work and your light and your soul. I'm really excited for you, really, really excited for you. So yeah, I will see you guys soon. I'll see you soon. And yeah, I'm sending you lots of love. Good luck.